Yo, before we even begin this video, I just want to take a second to say shout out to the Discord. Shout out to everybody copping the software, taking the one-on-ones and killing the market. As you can see, we got another student. He took the course, he got the robot. The next day, he pulled up to the Discord, killing the market. It's that simple. Trading can be made much simpler than it can be had you not gone to the wrong places. Now, we're not even gonna advertise, we just gonna show you results. That's all we do over here. We don't try to sell you nothing, we try to sell you results. So from now on, that's all you're gonna hear me talk about is results. Let's get into the video. Salute, trade game team. Good morning, afternoon, or evening, depending on what time you're watching this video. So let's get into it. Let me roll the windows up. I'm in the car right now. This is gonna be my first Q&A on the channel, so hopefully you guys enjoy it. It's a little warm, so pardon me, I gotta put on the air and roll the windows up because the area I'm in, I gotta kind of be careful. Some spooky suspects running around here. Times are hard, man. So once again, guys, if you guys are trading, good. If you're learning, good. If you're trying, good. As long as you're doing something to make your financial situation better, man, that's really all that matters. Outside of that, if you just letting people feed you the fish, man, good luck. You know, they talking about all this stuff with Ukraine and Russia and gas prices and energy bills are going up. Things are going to have hyperinflation, yada, yada, yada. End of the world, yada, yada, yada. Gloom and doom, yada, yada, yada. Translation, get your money, all right? So let's get into the Q&A, okay? So I did ask the Discord to give me a couple questions. And real quick, I want to say to the people in the Discord, man, it's a lot of y'all joining, but a lot of y'all are not participating. I say about 10% of you guys are participating in the Discord. So for those of you that are in there, it'll be nice to get some input from y'all. What would y'all like me to do to help y'all with y'all trading? I know a lot of y'all are working people, so I get it. But take advantage of the resources while we're here. Like I said, this is the kind of thing you don't know if it's going to be able to be sustainable for a long time, if I could do it forever. So just take advantage of it while it's here, okay? So so the people in the Discord, man, make sure you guys are taking advantage of the resources because they're there. I'm there to help y'all. Okay, so this is the Q&A. We got some news. USD. Got some USD news, okay. So anyway, interesting. So anyway, I'm gonna get into this real quick. I gotta kind of watch the area though, because it's like some shady people walking around over here. They see me sitting here, so they kind of come around to see what I'm doing and everything. So I kind of gotta watch. I am sitting in this truck with a bunch of equipment, and I got on jewelry and stuff like that. So you just gotta be mindful. You can't just be out here willy-nilly with everything. So let's get into it, okay? So the first question. This question is, what are your trading hours? Okay, so pretty much I trade 24/7, 365. I mean, holidays, news, evenings, I trade all the time. Now, the hours that I'm actually stationary, where I'm actively in front of the computer, are usually between 1 a.m. to around 11 a.m. Once lunchtime, Eastern time, 12 o'clock hits, I kind of just get away from the charts because that's a slow time for the charts. And I take that time to go run errands and do whatever I have to do throughout the rest of the day. So anywhere between 1 a.m. and 11 a.m. are the hours that I'm actively in front of my computer or I'm monitoring my trades while I'm on the go. After that, everything's on autopilot and my trading systems pretty much scan the market for me. And I let it take trades, and if I don't agree with the trades, I kind of just get out, or I'll just let them run. And a lot of times, of course, I kind of know what's going to happen. So I kind of know when the trades are going to trigger just based off doing quick little analysis of the charts. I know, like, okay, 12, there's going to be a buy. 1 p.m., there's going to be a sell. I think the sell is going to be valid, so I'll let the robot take the trade, and then I'll let those trades run. So a lot of times when you see me post videos on the shorts, those are actually the robot scanning and taking trades, and I just do that to show that the systems work. You just got to know how to use them. I also make it very transparent that just because you have a system doesn't mean you'll be a successful trader. You got to know what you're doing, like I do. So my active trading hours are 1 a.m. I like to get up 2 hours before London and catch the moves, because London likes to do this thing where it connects to the Asian session, and the Asian session will push the price and London will just follow it. So depending on how you trade, if you trade how I trade, the move you want usually happens like right before New York or London. So I get up right before London so I can catch whatever's going on with the beginning of London and New York. And most people trade one session, I trade two. So I trade London and New York primarily, okay? Okay, so next question. Do you think it's better to master one bot or have multiple for different market conditions? Great question, by the way. For the people that are into the automated trading, a lot of times when I do the one-on-one, I always recommend this, so it's a good question. Usually the trading systems work exactly like trading strategies, because pretty much what we do is we put a trading system together based off a trading strategy. So just like any strategy, you should always master one before you move on to another. So if you're gonna get one trading bot, eventually, yeah, you probably may want to add a few more to your arsenal. But what I've learned, and why a lot of people fail with trading systems, is because they try to trade so many different things, so many indicators and so many systems at once. Master one system, and then once you master that, you move on to another one. And then the answer is you should master multiple bots, but one at a time. So the answer is one at a time. Master one system is one strategy. Master that one strategy, and then you could add more strategies as you master one, so that you can have a bunch of different trading strategies for different market conditions. So yes, you should have multiple strategies because the market does a lot of different things. Majority of the time, the market ranges. So you need to have a strategy for that. When it's breaking out, you need to have a strategy for that. When it's pulling back, you need to have a strategy for that. So you need to have strategies to react to whatever the market is doing. So of course you need more than one. But in order to be good at one, you need to master it. So the answer to that, master one strategy at a time, one system at a time, one robot at a time. Okay, so just master one at a time and you'll be fine. That's what I did, and it worked out. When I was mixing them, I was failing very bad. I didn't think these things worked. I didn't think systems work, robots, indicators. I didn't think any of that stuff worked until I realized that you got to take time and master it. Anything will work if you work at it. Anything works. If you want to be a bomber, if you keep practicing bombing stuff, you'll be a bomber. And that's a negative outlook, but I'm just using that as an example of anything works if you stick to it. Just keep that in mind. Okay, so here's another question. Do you base your take profit on the next resistance support level? Is that also the basis for your risk reward ratio? So that's a great question. I answer this in a lot of one-on-ones. I get asked about where do I put my take profit and my stop loss. So pretty much what people want to know is, what's the strategy for your entry and your exit when you take trades? Okay, so pretty much the answer is yes. I do actually use support and resistance as entries and exits, because if you're in a trade for 100 and something pips a day and you hit a support or a resistance, you can now take that as a take profit, or you could take another trade in the other direction if it's respecting the level or breaking the level. Now, the problem, what people don't know is, and I'll tell you this, a lot of people don't understand this, and this is actually why people can't get breakouts or take long-term trades, because they don't know what to do at this point. I'm going to explain it. You have to know what the average daily range of the market is. So if the market is giving you 200 pips a day and you just took a trade for 190 pips, then you should know that the next level, if you're at that level, when you see that, the market is going to probably range and consolidate for the remainder of that session, because it reached its average daily range for the day. So yes, if I'm at an average daily range area and I'm in a trade and it hits that level, I'm going to use that as my take profit and get out. And usually that works 90% of the time. And also, if I see there's still more pips to be gained in that session and we didn't hit the average daily range and we're not near it, if I hit a key level, I'm going to take that trade. I'm going to add either another position, or I'm going to take that trade and get out of the one I'm in. Because if I hit a level where I'm in a buy and it's respecting that level, then I know that's a sell. And that's the move I need to be taking to get the rest of the pips for the remainder of that session. So I trade average daily range and levels combined. If the average daily range is met when I'm at a level, I stop trading for that session, because I know that now I got all the pips I'm going to be able to get, and it's time to kind of leave that alone. It's time to let it die. So at that point, that's kind of the best thing to do, because then you're going to get caught up in consolidation and ranging and all those things that you don't really need to be bothered with, okay? So to answer your question, I do trade supply and demand, support and resistance as entries and exits on all of my trades, and I use those as take profits and stop losses. If I'm in a trade at a level, whatever that level is, I will put my stop loss right behind it, because if it breaks that level, then that means I'm in the wrong direction on the trade, if that makes any sense. It should make sense to you. But pretty much if I'm in a buy and I'm at that level and I just took the buy, I'm going to put my stop loss very tightly right behind that level, because if that level's hit, that means it's not really a buy, it's a sell. And at that point, I took the wrong trade. So I definitely use support and resistance and supply and demand as take profits and stop losses. 100% I do. And I think that's a very profitable strategy, by the way. Next question, your best advice on the psychology of holding a trade long term. It's easy to predict where the market is going, but placing the trade and holding it through the retracement period is something completely different in real time. Okay, that's a great question, and that is definitely a psychological question, and I'm going to explain this the way it was explained to me. If you have a problem holding a trade, that means, simply put, this is going to sound kind of raw, but I need to say it raw to you for you to understand the problem. It's a little bit more than psychology, it's just experience. If you have a problem holding a trade because it's pulling back, that means that you're not used to holding, you're not an intraday, you're not a swing trader, you're a scalper. That's really kind of what that really means. But you have to kind of build yourself up the intraday and scalping strategies. And the way to do that is you have to kind of like get used to pullbacks. If you're in a trade and you're in a trend, even a trend is not going to go straight in that direction. So you just have to keep reminding yourself, hey, I'm in a sell and I see it pulling back. It's a pullback. It doesn't mean that the market is reversing. Now, if you know how to do your proper analysis, you could tell if the market is doing that or not. So all you got to do is pretty much look at the market and see if it's doing a pullback or is it reversing. Is the momentum changing? No. And it's pulling back? That's just a fake out to get the people out of those trading positions. Okay, so you need to know the difference, and you need to be able to stay in that trade and ride it out, because the difference between a little bit of pips and a lot of pips is riding through pullbacks, riding through drawdown. A lot of people don't like drawdown and pullbacks. I don't care about it. If I want the average daily range, and I'm going to keep saying that in this video because that's going to be the real secret to how you hold trades long term. I'm going to make a video talking about this because a lot of people don't talk about this on YouTube. The average daily range is what my target is for the day. So if the target for the day on the average daily range is 190 pips, I'm trying to get all of it. So if I'm in a trade and I'm 40 pips and I see the trend is still strong, then I know I got that 150 more pips to go before I got to consider getting out of that trade. So it could pull back 50 pips. It could pull back 60 pips. I don't care. I know that I'm going to get that 190 pips out of the market, so I'm going to stay in the trade. So yes, it's a psychology thing, but it's more about being a scalper, swing trader, or intraday trader. If you see yourself having a hard time holding trades when they pull back, you may be a scalper. But also, in order to become an intraday or a swing trader, you kind of got to graduate to those levels too. So you do have to build the fortitude up to hold that trade. You know what I'm saying? So if you holding that trade that long, then you'll be okay. You should be fine with seeing it pull back. It's healthy. It's part of the whole process of a trend. A trend doesn't just go straight in one direction. So if you're in a strong trend and you catch the reversal, why would you get out? Because like I said, if you're in and it's 40 pips and it starts pulling back, it have to pull back. You know, sometimes they got to catch people, got to liquidate people, have to hit orders and all of that. So you kind of got to learn the difference between orders being filled and the market reversing, because sometimes when it's pulling back, it's just simply liquidating people who are trailing their trades, people who put their stop losses in places that don't belong. The market is just shaking all of those people out. But if you're getting those pips, you know to stay in the trade. So you just got to keep practicing. That's all. I was the same way. And I had somebody tell me that, they had to talk to me. They said, hey, the market has to pull back even if it's in the right direction. It's still going to pull back. Once you kind of get used to realizing, hey, the market is going to pull back no matter what, then you'll be able to hold your trades a lot longer. It just simply takes practice. I used to be the same way. I actually remember a few months ago, I was actually having that problem. Maybe a year ago, not even a year, I had the same problem. I would get out of my trades and I'm like, why am I doing that? And then I switched my strategy. I'm not gonna say switched. I added the ADR, which is the average daily range, to my strategy. And once I added that to my strategy, then I started trading highs, lows, support and resistance of supply and demand, and that really much just took my trading to the next level. All right, so that's how I'm able to catch all of those pips, and that's the way you'll be able to do it too. So I think that's the last question, and then I'll answer a question I got asked on YouTube. And I'm gonna try to edit the video so that every time somebody asks me a question, it'll be on the screen so you can see the question was asked. And hopefully I answer these to the best of my ability and to your satisfactory. Okay, so I think that was the last question. I'm pretty sure that was, because y'all didn't ask me too many questions. You know, it ain't like I got a whole bunch of subs, right? Yeah, so that looks like that's the last question, and we went back into trading talk. Okay, so one question I got asked on YouTube, I got asked this like here and there, so I'm gonna answer it now, because sometimes when people see me trading, they see my monitors in the back. I get asked, what am I trading on? Okay, so what I'm trading on currently is 2 desktops, a laptop, 2 phones, and a tablet. Also, for my monitors, I'm only using 2 monitors. I'm using a TV and a computer monitor. I'm using a 32-inch Acer gaming monitor. That's I think it's a 1440p. And I'm using the 4K LG OLED 55-inch for the main computer screen, because it's 240 hertz. So you know, you do a little gaming on there. Y'all know that I used to be a heavy gamer. I still game here and there, but now that I'm trading the way I'm trading, I don't game as much. Okay, so you have that, and then yeah, that's it. So I got 2 desktops that I mainly trade on. I'm not stationary all the time, so I'll leave one running continuously as a server. The other one I trade on only trade on that computer. Both are gaming computers. One has a 3080 Ti, and I think the other one has a 1080 Ti, if I'm not mistaken, or just a 3080 12 gig, I think. And the laptop is a gaming NVIDIA laptop, and the tablet and 2 phones, and that's it. That's my trading setup. Okay, so if you guys want me to answer some more questions about trading or anything like that, leave them in the comment section below. I want to continue to do more of these. I kind of like doing these. These are good. That way I can get to directly answer questions and help y'all. Remember, I'm going to do a separate video talking about the ADR, because that's very important, and it's going to help you guys with catching longer trades, because a lot of people don't understand how to tell if you're going to be able to catch that many pips in a day. How I'm able to tell that is because of the average daily range. Okay, so it's your boy Jimmy. I'm gonna get out of here, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed the video, and leave me some questions for the part 2, man. I want to continue to do these, man, please. And for the people in the Discord, like I said, you know, hit me up. You know, be active. Let me know what you guys are trading. I tell you, I got the scanner sitting on the computer. I'm ready to hit the button and let it go live, so you guys can see what trades are triggering, and maybe you could get some money with us. All right, but I'm here, man. I'm not gonna chase y'all to give y'all some paper. You know, it's up to y'all. It's really, you gotta let me know what you want. Anyway, man, I'm out of here, man. Let me get off the shady CD block, and let me go meet my partner. My partner's in town, so I'm about to go meet him. I might do a little vlogging, and hopefully I can get him on camera. He's probably not gonna go for that, but we'll see what happens. I'm out of here. Peace.